Sawadee ni hao, magandang umaga, annyeonghaseyo, arigato, gracias, bonjour, good morning. Those are examples of language. Hello everyone, my name is Cherry Espana. Together with Mr. Lata Verdos, we're going to talk about world languages. But before that, allow me first to introduce to you my learning objectives. At the end of this video, the student should be able to identify the different world languages, second, value the world languages, and third, create a reflection about the importance of studying a foreign language. Without further ado, let's begin. There are over 7,000 languages spoken in the whole world with different sounds and history. Some languages are more spoken than others depending on the statistical variable you choose to focus on, like the number of native speakers or the number of people that speaks the language as a second language. So what is language? Language is a system of communication that relies on verbal or non-verbal codes to transfer the information. It is the way by which people communicate with one another, build relationships, and create a sense of community. In other words, language is the vehicle of our thoughts. It helps us to express our feelings and thoughts. So, what is world language? A world language is a language spoken internationally and learned by many people as their foreign language. A world language is not only characterized by the number of its speakers, but it is also by geographical distribution and its use in the international organizations and in diplomatic relation. Basically, the keywords here are a language spoken internationally and learned by many people as their foreign language, meaning it is referred to a language that many people spoke. And when the learner learn about this as their second or foreign language, it is called world languages. For example, most of the Filipinos learn English that serve as their second or foreign language, and we all know that English language is the dominant language that most of the people know how to use. By learning language as your foreign language, and that certain language is one of the most spoken, that is called world language. Okay, another example. Some schools and universities in the Philippines require the student to learn certain world languages such as Spanish, Japanese, Chinese Mandarin, French, German, and American Sign Language. Same here in CCSA. We have Chinese class and we learn Mandarin Chinese or Chinese Mandarin. Next, why study world languages? The primary purpose of world languages study is to provide students with opportunities to acquire communication skills beyond the limits of their native language and culture, as well as to provide reinforcement of native languages, literature, and cultures. Also, by studying world languages is to career advantage. You can avail to better job opportunities. You also have access to jobs that requires fluency in a second language by the definition, such as rules in translation, interpretation, and teaching languages. If you're interested in working abroad, language skills may be a prerequisite for some position. Next, we're down to the most spoken languages in the world. According to Ethnology, languages of world, currently there are 10 most spoken languages in the world in 2023. So what are those? Top 10. Vietnamese. This language is spoken by approximately 85 million speakers, mainly in Vietnam. Vietnamese has a very phonetic tone with a significant influence from Chinese and French, which include the use of tones to distinguish words with identical consonant and vowel sequences. Top 9. Yue Chinese. Yue Chinese, 85 million native speakers. It is often referred to as a Cantonese. It's a group of language spoken in southern China, particularly in the region of Liuanguang, which include both of the Guangdong and Guangxi provinces. Although Yue varieties shares a lot of vocabularies with Mandarin, both languages are completely different in pronunciation, consonant, and tone. Sentence structure, like verbs, placement, may sometimes differ between the two dialects. Top 8. Japanese. This language is considered as an isolation one because it is only spoken in one country, Japan, with about 130 million speakers. It is a language which has thousands of onomatopoeia, which are sounds being represented by words. These words have been useful for the Japanese comics and also for manga. Top 7. Russian. Russian follows Japanese on the list of the most spoken language in the world. This is the largest of all the Slavic languages and in the official language of 4 countries. As a result of this, approximately 154 million people speak Russian as a first language. Top 6. Portuguese. Portuguese is spoken by approximately 232 million people around the world, with a high number of being in Africa and South America. Portuguese is related to modern Spanish and developed from Latin. It is the official language in 9 countries. Top 5. Bengali. Bengali, often referred to as a Bangla, follows Portuguese as the language among the most spoken ones in the world. Although it is only spoken as a native language in the few different countries, mostly in Bangladesh and India, this language has around 234 million speakers. Top 4. The 4th most spoken language is Hindi. Hindi is only spoken as the first language in 7 countries. The success of this language is because of the sheer number of people living in the countries. Hindi language counts with around 344 million speakers. Top 3. English language is the 3rd most spoken language in the world. Yes, you heard it right. I thought too that English is the top 1. English, it has only approximately 373 million native speakers who are spread out in the world continents. English is the official first language in over 100 countries. It is ranked as one of the most influential language in the world. It is also the most popular second language chosen by different people globally. Top 2. Spanish. Spanish is the 2nd most spoken language in the world. It is spoken in 31 countries, which are mostly around the Latin American and in Spain. This language has about 475 million native speakers. Spanish is regarded as an easy language to learn, mainly because of its phonetic nature. Often, its pronunciation is also the way it reads. Now, are you ready to know which language is the top 1? Well, the language that takes the number 1 place in our list and therefore the most spoken first language in the world is Mandarin language. Mandarin is only one of the many Chinese dialects spoken in China. However, it is officially considered the official language of the People's Republic of China. Because of this reason, Mandarin is often referred as Standard Chinese. China has around 1.4 billion inhabitants. Around 70% of all the Chinese speakers speaks Mandarin as their father language. This leaves us with about 929 million Mandarin speakers over a large area in China, and roughly 33 countries around the world. In conclusion to my report, understanding the number of speakers of a mother language is the key piece of information for understanding the diverse communities that make up our world. Analyzing number of native speakers can be helpful when analyzing metric like first, level of proficiency and education in a certain area, second, cultural diversity, third, population density, fourth, communication patterns, fifth, vitality. The vitality is a certain language refers of its usage and the number of people that speak it. Sixth, economic and education. A language which has large number of speakers versus total population may indicate that the corresponding region may have a developed economy and high level of education. And the last one, business strategy. That would be all. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something. Thank you.